Why Baki switched from weights to calisthenics. Hey man, this might be an interesting video. As a person who does calisthenics himself, I've been doing it started when I was 16. I'm 19 now. Been 19 for like a few days, 4 days, 3 years. Been doing calisthenics for 3 years, bro. Feel me? Body. You feel me? Nothing crazy. I've never went to the gym in my life, ever. Well, I've been inside the gym as a kid before, yeah. Never really took it serious, though. I don't lift weights. Let's check it out.
70, and it says, wait a sec, Jax, can you go further in depth on why Baki stopped lifting weights though? I sadly never saw the OG series, so I'm fixing my LOBS 1 and 2 now. Good man. And I'm curious why. So yeah, this is brilliant. Let's get to it. Have you ever wondered why Baki switched over from heavy weightlifting to mainly a lot of calisthenics and shadowboxing? There's actually 3 reasons why that not many people fully know. So there's the in-universe reason, there's the fun, fitness, science, nerdy reason, which you're gonna get because you're on my channel, of course, and then there's the meta reason by the author. Reason number 1. One of the reasons I love Baki in the first 2 seasons before season 3 came out in 2018 and went mainstream on Netflix was because we actually got to see Baki go through a variety of training methods, but we also got to see him gradually get more and more yoked as the series progressed. Baki was a true hybrid athlete. He lifted weights, did calisthenics, did wood chopping, rope climbing, weighted clothes training, and a tons of cardio like running, sparring, shadowboxing, and full-on fighting. If you want to see all the training Baki did broken down with real life fitness science, check out this video I made back in the day that thoroughly broke it all down. But Baki's character in the original 2 seasons was going through a series of growth both physically and mentally to become who he is by season 3 of Baki on Netflix, which most people recognize him by these days. In the old days, Baki as a 13-year-old ginger kid was cocky, arrogant, loud, and angry, and then we saw him evolve to the mellow jack beast he is today. Again, it was always a strange choice to me that Netflix didn't also upload Baki the Grappler as well, because like watching Netflix Baki first is sort of like watching Naruto Shippuden without watching Naruto first. You miss so much stuff. Point is, Baki stayed lifting weights.
Really? Because that's exactly what I did, bro. This whole like first 2 minutes of the video, I've been thinking like, I'm probably finna go watch the first like Baki. Like, I'm finna go watch it from beginning, and I'm gonna rewatch the other ones because I'm gonna get a different point of view. I never knew that they had an extra like Baki season, bro. That's crazy. I'm gonna go crazy. I'm gonna watch that. I ain't gonna lie.
Consistently all the way up to the maximum tournament arc. Funny enough, the promo poster has him curling, and here's his home gym, by the way. Absolutely immaculate. And fun fact, this manga panel back in the day inspired me to start building my own home gym as a teenager, and it's the reason I have the one I built that you see in all my workout videos today. But after a while of doing so much physical training later during the maximum turn arc, Baki started to incorporate more training with his imagination. People call it the schizo training, but at this point in the series, Baki's imagination was so palpable that like when he started to shadowbox, he actually started to physically take damage from it. He could also utilize it for imagining excess weight, as when he did the fitness test, the imagination training had become so ingrained into his muscles when he actually tried to run for speed, they'd respond as if he was doing heavy weight training during certain moves.
Yes, bro, and I ain't gonna lie, it would be a lot of people that won't believe this, bro, but I've actually started doing this recently myself. This shit is serious. I've only scratched the surface. This shit is serious, bro. You can actually imagine shit. Like, bro, my eyes are getting watery thinking, talking about this, because I'm on my break days, bro. You gotta take a week break. I'll be taking a week break after I do it. Like, I'll do it for a week straight and then take a week off. But I'll still do my normal calisthenic workouts. But, bro, the imagining like what something right there in front of you, imagining you're holding weights while you're doing things, that actually is real, bro. I'm not gonna lie. You can imagine a weight in your hand and do curls, these right here, you can do these, and it will be actually weights in your hand, bro. But you gotta actually be able to believe. It's like a mental thing, bro. I'm not gonna lie. The brain is capable of so many things that we are not aware of. I'm gonna keep it a beam. But yeah, that might go over a lot of people's heads though, because y'all, it's not something for like majority of society to believe right now.
Movements.
We haven't gotten to that level yet. But yeah, bro, that shit is real.
Which will explain how you can do the same thing in reason number 2 coming up. I remember seeing some people say that because Baki got like tired out by like running because he imagined that heavy weight on him, that he can't run for distance, or that he would get tired out, and that's why all Baki fights end fast. And that's absolutely ridiculous. Like, the stamina that that man has is absolutely insane, especially with all the training that we see him do later on the series. Like, he's running for miles, he's fighting for hours on end. Like, there's a bunch of crazy stuff that shows that like his training has made him into a fit, functional beast. As the series progressed, Baki fell in love with bettering himself and just having fun improving himself. One of the quotes I loved about Baki is, every time we see him, he is stronger than he was prior. Why use weights when you got the imagination to potentially bench press a bus? Plus the combo of his Hanma blood and minimalist lifestyle, Baki switched over to mostly body weight stuff. However, he did get to his bulky size we see him at through a combination of weight training and various other training methods. To be honest, I'm sure he still does weights occasionally when he feels like it. Reason number 2, and this is just something I could not resist because like the fitness science part of my brain can't help but analyze the real life equivalent of like, you know, anatomy and physiology that would happen if you did this sort of.
Yeah, see, that's why I like, don't think I'm copying Baki or anything. I've been doing this shit for 3 years. I didn't know Baki existed when I started doing calisthenics. I didn't even know what I was doing was calisthenics. I just knew that I didn't need to go to the gym type shit. I could just build my body in my room with no weights. But yeah, I've only recently figured out what calisthenics was. And I've only recently figured out who Baki is. So don't think I'm copying Baki. Just for the niggas who don't know me, you know what I'm saying?
So like, for example, if you built up a lot of mass through weight training and then you want to switch over to doing primarily calisthenics, you can maintain that mass, but there are certain things that you have to do to maintain it just by doing calisthenics, especially if it's unweighted. And that primarily goes back to our old friend, the 3-leg stool of fitness. Number 1, make sure you're eating enough to fuel the muscle you've already built. That is lean, active tissue that needs to be maintained. If you go in a calorie deficit eating less than you need to maintain your weight, and you're also burning more calories than you consume, you're gonna start to lose those gains. Though, to be honest, that's not necessarily a bad thing depending on what your current goals are.
Well, I'm gonna eat a big meal after this video, bro. And guess what? You could do all of this. He might say it. But you need sleep, bro. The eating part is important. And the sleep part is just important, probably even more important. Because say you eat all this and you get on the game, you don't sleep at all, bro. And you go to sleep, you wake up like 4 hours later. That is not enough sleep. Just keep it a beam. You're not doing nothing. You didn't get no progress because your body is regenerating when you sleep. So if you're just on a game after you work out, on type of shit like that, or you working or some shit, and you don't get any sleep, you're cooked, bro. You know, Usain Bolt slept for like 12 hours. That nigga used to sleep for 12 hours. I'm telling you, bro, y'all need sleep. Sleep is very important. Very important.
That you have for yourself. We've mentioned this before on this channel, but your goals may not stay the same your entire life. I've watched a lot of interviews with various people who used to be super yoked, who then lost weight, and majority said carrying around that excess muscle became a burden to their newer goals and lifestyle, and eating that much every day was becoming a hindrance. So that's fair. Sometimes people get tribal over something they love, and when people stop doing it, they feel like you abandoned the tribe. But you gotta do what's best for you and your health, not the approval of random strangers. Number 2, training-wise, you still gotta be able to stimulate the muscles at least 2 to 3 times a week. You can do weighted calisthenics, prisoner-type calisthenics, standard calisthenics with high reps, and a way you can utilize a similar principle like Baki with the imagination training is to really slow the reps down when you're doing them. You can use a metronome and move yourself through the beats. Or you can incorporate isometric holds at the bottom or top of the movement. These can help you maintain the gains you've already built and add some more. I added these to my program, The Mighty Guide, which you can see in the description box. And number 3, of course, you gotta make sure you are sleeping enough. If you are not getting enough rest and recovery, your gains are steadily gonna leave you. That's
See, I told y'all. Yeah, anybody who actually works out, they'll tell you you need sleep.
grow. And if you're not giving your body time to grow, you're doing more unnecessary damage to yourself. Now, if you're trying to build a body strong like Baki from unweighted calisthenics alone, first I have 2 playlists you can try. One of them is follow along calisthenics that you can just like do in your room whenever you need to. The other is just a variety of body weight only tough like the tunes exercises. And for people out there who want something a bit more in depth with meal plans and calendars, check the pinned comment. But I have to say, while you might not get a Baki body 100%, because let's be real, that whole family is more juice than
And
Tropic.
another thing, bro, since I'm already giving y'all game, bro, nose breathing, bro. That's the most important thing I realized, bro. You feel so like, once I started prioritizing my nose breathing, some people need to tape their mouths throughout the day. I don't have to do that shit. I'm sorry. I'll be like, bro, I always see myself above a lot of things. That's just who I am. But if you're a beginner, get some tape your mouth, and yeah, just like prioritize going to sleep with tape around your mouth. But I can go to sleep without tape and just still nose breathe. It's just a skill I can do. It's possible. If you feel like you're able to do that shit, do it, bro. Cause I be, yeah, I got confidence in myself, bro. That's all that is. But yeah, nose breathing, bro. Prioritize nose breathing. Look it up, and it'll tell you, bro. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, ChatGPT. Look up ChatGPT. It'll tell you all the benefits, health wise, and all type of shit. You get a CO2 tolerance, a crazy CO2 tolerance, like crazy. I'm able to hold my breath for way longer now. It's a lot of benefits, but I can keep going, bro.
You can build a bulky lean frame, but it will also be a lot of extra work versus I'm just gonna up the weights I'm lifting each week and progressively overload on various exercises, and then also isolate certain movements that compound only movements don't make pop as much on me personally, because everybody is different and reacts differently. That's why bodybuilding is so effective, because it's like a sculptor adding clay to build the physique you want as precisely as possible. So when you see cosplayers like this who look like they just came out the manga themselves and they look just like the characters in real life, the majority of the time you check out how they work out and they are nerdy gym bros. But something to remember is this: Baki, when building himself up, initially went out his way to do as much stuff as he could, all right? Like, he was the textbook version of the Bruce Lee quote, absorb was useful, discard was not, and that was distinctly your own. So he never had this limiting belief of oh, I'm only gonna do this. He was like, no, what can I learn from this? What can I do this? What can I do that? And that helped him grow to be who he is. And that's something I recommend to everyone out there. Now, if you're in a position where you have a preference, oh, I prefer to do only weights, I prefer to do only calisthenics and stuff like that, I tell you right now, if you have the opportunity to, just mix them together, fuse them together, because there's literally no downside to it. You will literally get more bang for your buck, and you will get so much better benefits for yourself and just improve yourself. All right, you got this. And reason number 3, the meta reason. Baki has gotten so insanely strong at this point that seeing him lift heavy weights kinda puts a limit on the strength unless he's doing insane reps with it. Sort of like how in DBZ, seeing Goku lifting heavy weights and struggling when we know how strong Goku is makes us side-eye at certain points in the series and can potentially lead to inconsistencies. Doing crazy calisthenic moves is a quick, easy visual to show that a character is strong if you don't want to consistently draw them lifting insane weights like Zoro from One Piece or Machio from however the dumbbells you lift. Also, it's a fun thing to stand out from his Hanma relatives. Yujiro gets stronger fighting various strong creatures or doing insane feats like swimming in a powerful wave pool. By the way, did a full video breaking down all the training the ogre did as well. Juiced up Jack keeps getting surgeries and doing steroids and just lifting insane weights in crazy ways. And then Baki is the more mellow one, who is at a point where he just wants his body to improve these days. But those are the 3 main reasons we saw Baki stop lifting weights as frequently as he did back in the day. Though hell, tomorrow they might have a manga chapter drop with him just freaking benching an insane amount of weight. So I don't know, because again, I'm pretty sure he still does it occasionally, but this is just a fun thing that was noticed. If you've made it this far in the video, type LBS Cure in the comments down below and tell me, what do you prefer? Do you prefer seeing Baki doing crazy calisthenics, or do you want to see him go back to the insane?
Bro, you can learn a lot from calisthenics, but I don't really care. It's an anime. I love it. I love that anime. It's fire. But you let me know what you think down in the comments. I love y'all boys. I'm gonna see y'all in the next video.